Hello again. So the trip to Hanover, when all her uh, treatments began to not show any positive results, we basically had to look at alternatives outside of what was available here in Canada. So we had two options. One was a clinic in Tijuana. It's an American company, but they operate out of Tijuana because the rules there are a bit more relaxed and they're able to do a lot more than what the CDC and the FDA in the US can allow clinics to do. The other one was a clinic in Hanover, very highly rated, very good results and reviews. The clinic in Tijuana was shut down for renovation, so we couldn't wait. She didn't wait, and I agreed. So we contacted the clinic in Hanover. They sped up the enrollment timing, and within a week we were given the clear to go and get treatment there. So she went with her mom and her brother first, and then I was supposed to follow a week or so later. As she started the treatment, I get a call from her mom saying that she's just not responding well. She was in a lot of pain, especially her left arm, because her lymph node was removed when they did the lumpectomy 10 years prior. And as a result, she was now starting to have fluid buildup. The lymphatic fluid was just not draining properly. So, long story short, her mom said, "You need to be here." I wasn't anticipating things to be that bad because she left in very good spirits and very optimistic, and she was just a force to be reckoned with. No, I've never met anybody with more passion and will to live than Lydia. I thought she had it in the bag. So I move forward my departure date, and I arrived Wednesday morning, probably a week ahead of the time I was supposed to be there. And when I arrived, we texted each other, and she said, "Oh, I'm leaving the clinic now." So I picked up her mom at the hotel, and we walked over to this plaza where we were supposed to meet. And she, as stunning a woman as she was, she never liked to attract attention. She always wore black and gray and very subdued. Unless we were in a social event, then she would get dolled up and, would look ravishing. But to me, she always looked ravishing. And I remember coming to this big open plaza full of people, and even though she was wearing black and gray, everybody else was just, they looked blurred out. I could see her, I could pick her out of the entire crowd of tens of thousands of people, and it was like a beacon. And I was like, no, there's no way she's not going to beat this. I just saw her, she was just glowing. And it was an emotional embrace. And that trip was just, every morning she had her treatment. I would walk her and I would walk to the clinic. And at 7 in the morning, and by 11 she would be done. I would go with her mom, walk over to the clinic, pick her up. We will walk back. We will have breakfast or early lunch or an early dinner, depending on the timing. And it was like a vacation, notwithstanding her treatment. And I have the most beautiful pictures of her during that trip. Some of them are in the thumbnails that I'm using. And one night before we're slated to come back to Canada, we're both in bed. Her mom is sleeping in the room next to us. And she grabs my hand and places it on her once healthy breast, and it was hard. And it's not that she was keeping me from what was happening. She wanted to administer the truth when she felt it was necessary. And when I grabbed her breast, and it shocked me because it felt like a rock. And she said to me, "You have to get used to the fact that I won't be around for long." And I can tell you with certainty, I don't remember ever crying as much as I did that night. But what shocked me the most was not the news. What shocked me the most was how calm she was telling me this. She was consoling me instead of me trying to. She was so aware of the situation. And she said, "It's okay." She goes, "I'm going to be fine. You're going to be fine. I am not giving up, but I am not trying anything else new." And we both fell asleep. We woke up the next day, and it felt like we just watched a movie. I realized that I instinctively did not want to bring that up ever again. I never questioned it why, but now I realize why. Certain things happen to me, maybe some of you experience the same thing, but certain things happened to me that it was a fry pan to the head when it came to certain type of news, like that was one of them. And my instinct was, okay, you store that, but you never open that drawer again. And I realized that had I kept on bringing that up, it would have been pouring water on whatever little fire of hope will show up, which we had quite a few of them. Like sometimes her treatment would do well, other times the disease would pick up and then it would. So we latched on to these moments of hope that would not have been uplifting like they were, would not have given us that wind on our sails like they did, had I gone back to thinking that night, "Oh, she told me she's leaving. She told me she's done for." So I remember that night in Hannover after she passed away. I never accessed that again. And I think we have this built-in safety mechanism inside of us that it's not only for our sake, but also for their sake, not to dwell so much on the inevitable, but to brush that aside and be able to enjoy every moment that you get to spend together. Obviously, after our loved ones pass away, we open that drawer and we look at all those moments and we question, oh, what if I did this and what if I did that? But when you actually push that sadness aside and you look at the situations for what they were, you realize that enjoying each other's company whenever possible was the best solution, was the best approach to the situation, instead of constantly being reminded that, no, she's going to go. We don't have that much time. And the notion that you don't have that much time with somebody doesn't prompt you to be artificially positive and fake it. You just have to take the time to really enjoy just holding their hand or giving them a kiss or falling asleep watching a movie together or whatever. Just enjoy those moments. Don't be reminded of what the inevitable thing is. Don't be thinking of winter while you're enjoying a swimming pool in the summer. I know I'm minimizing it way too much, but that's the one thing I can share with you today. As always, I hope this helped at least one person. And until the next one, thank you.